Hey guys, welcome back to the Nets, the home of unbiased views. Today, the topics that we would like to cover is the fourth T20 from Australia and New Zealand. Then there was the big game, India versus England, the
or
swinging,
or 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 we call it the Pant magic.
the swinging up and down game that we have had seen so far, and then some interesting changes happening with cricket South Africa, and a little bit touch base of the PSL. With me is Arsh. Hey Arsh, welcome back.
Hey man, how are you doing? Before we go ahead, please hit the like, please subscribe, please do whatever you can. We've been said that you guys watch the video, but you don't tend to go and subscribe. So please go and subscribe. So hey man, how are you doing? What a action-packed day that was.
Absolutely brilliant. If you look at it, right from New Zealand and South Africa. I'm
New
sorry,
Zealand
New
and
Zealand.
Australia.
Brilliant game. I mean, a low scoring game on a tricky wicket. New Zealand, Australia batting first, made 156. Again, it was something. Aaron Finch, talks going on around if he should be the captain for the T20 World Cup, and Finch justifies. Cricket Australia did back him and say that no matter what, Finch will be the captain. And in the past two games, we have seen Finch perform. Strangely, again, Williamson did not. So no one really got going with New Zealand, and eventually Australia has been able to get the series squared up 2-2. They walk into the all important finals on Wellington again. Should be a good game. I will probably be up watching that one. That is something that I would like to keep my close eyes on.
Absolutely. I think I'll have to get up early for this game. So let's see. It's on the weekend. It's on the Sunday, right?
Right.
The big Sunday game. So before that, do you think the test match will get wrapped?
I have a feeling England missed a trick by not choosing their probably two bowlers short. Dom Best does not
Absolutely,
see.
absolutely. Where I see it from, when Stokes has bowled the maximum number of overs in this series. So in the first three series, in the first three matches, he's bowled around 19 overs. If I'm not mistaken, but this game alone, he's bowled 19 overs, less than 19 overs. So, but this is so it all goes back to the team selection that we spoke yesterday, right? So it all goes down there, and all in all, what a beautiful day for India to take Virat Kohli out at that. So this is the only series Virat Kohli has gone out on a double. So he scored a duck in the series. This is the only. So it has happened twice. So he has got out on a duck. So he's got two ducks in the same series. First was England when India toured, and this is the second time. And this time the ball was super. If you see the wicket, if you see his wicket, the ball was his and Rohit Sharma's wicket were like the balls, both the balls were like outstanding. So apart from that, it was the punch show and Washi. You can't take away things from Washington Sundar. But a beautiful day of cricket.
Uh, Absolutely. I was intrigued by England's tactics as well. For some reason, even when they got the new ball, second new ball, Pant was struggling a little. I wouldn't say struggling, but he was not really stepping on the gas before the second new ball. Anderson rightly got the second new ball, but then from the other hand, we saw Joe Root take it, and it was a little bit surprising for me, just because Joe Root, who has not bowled a maiden, I think he had bowled one maiden throughout his 12 overs before that. Dom
Best
Bess,
took
even
it.
Dom
Best took
had
it.
one.
Best took the new ball from the other end.
Uh, okay, Best took the new ball, but then again, after Best didn't really see that effective, it wasn't Leach. It was Joe Root that came in to bowl
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the.
Root was the first change, and your Anderson, your Stokes was the change in the sixth over. So sixth
Yeah,
over.
so it was all in all a strange tactic, and I'm pretty sure even Australia had their eyes set on this test match, and just the fact that India were 146 for six at one point of time, and then all of a sudden Pant begins to start, you know, just doing what he does, and the shot
Inside.
of the day has to be the reverse sweep that he had played
That
over the
that
second.
that requires 10 minutes of talking at all. Matlab, that requires separate 10 minutes of talking to have the balls to play. That is something which is tremendous. And like he said in the post-match interview, wherein he said, "I play with for the team. I don't care about where am I sitting? If I even if I was at 199, if and someone would have told me to put the gas on, I would still play the same shot regardless. So that's Pant.
If Pant would not be on 199 without stepping on the accelerator.
No,
He's
no,
only way of playing, and
yeah. So
that
that's what. So he'll score regardless, is what he said. Whatever the
so.
team management says, I will do it, is what he said.
And that being said, yet again, I mean, we are being saved by our lower middle order, or I wouldn't even say lower middle order. It would be more like upper tail order. But we have been rescued by Pant, and I can say that okay, Pant is a genuine batsman. Let's just categorize him as a genuine batsman now. But Washington Sundar, whose primary job is bowling, we have been rescued by him. He came in and saved us with that partnership with Pant. My concern again lies with that one spot that Rahane is getting. And it was not a surprise. We had talked about it before the series as well, that once Rahane got his 50, he's not going to perform. And he hasn't performed. He has not really given it. So it wasn't even a surprise. It's not that Rahane is bad, but at the age that Rahane is, he's not going to take you to another level at any point of time. So it's about time that we start transitioning someone else into that role.
So there's a downhill from here, right? It's not going anywhere up. It's not. So all he can do is either steady it. Steady. When you say steady it, it's just going to be one big innings a series, and then just going towards that. He is not in that stage of his career where he's going to score consecutively in consecutive matches. So someone like a Pant or someone like a Rohit is doing on a consecutive basis. So it's going to go flat and then it's going to go downhill. So
Correct. And
that's
with we have ready-made replacements sitting on the bench. We have somebody like a Hardik Pandya who can actually come in into that role. I would also say that we have KL Rahul who can come in and fit into that role. We also have, and this may be too early, but we have seen Washington Sundar have all the shots, and
we have Mayank Agarwal in the mix. So
we
we have
have Agarwal is sitting outside. So I mean, it's a no-brainer that when Jadeja is fit, he's going to walk into this team. He's going to walk into this team no matter what, because he gives that left-handed advantage. Plus, he gives the fact that he's also a wicket-taking bowler. He's not just a bowler who contains. And his fielding is exceptional. He lifts the
12,
entire team up.
12 fielders. Whenever he's in
Yeah,
the side, it's 12 fielders playing.
I still believe that tomorrow when we do come in, the first 20, 30 minutes is when Akshar and Washington Sundar will have to find their feet again. So, yes, we are comfortably placed with the 89-run lead, but I still feel that it's completely not out. Uh, the first small goal would be to reach that 103-digit mark lead, and then England will be on the back foot. England will probably try to keep their fielders not in closing positions. We might see an in outfield, and that is when we can score runs. So I wouldn't. I think Washington Sundar has a sane head on his shoulders, that he knows that you take a single and you give the strike to Akshar. Akshar knows that as well. Akshar is no mug with the bat. But that being said,
So
the first 20 minutes, 20 odd minutes will be the key.
yeah,
The ball is relatively new.
Washington Sundar before the entire, so he started off as an opener for the domestic team, and then he played only he I guess he played a couple of games before that, and then he never played domestic because he was called for the IC for called for the A team. So that's what it is. And do we have to talk about Pant a little more, or
Now, I think we covered Pant extensively. Speaking of Washington Sundar, his contribution has been immense as well, but his last list A game was 2017. After that, he has been in the mix with India A, and suddenly out of nowhere, he finds himself playing a test cricket in Gabba and playing a winning role in Gabba. And from there, he has just taken his chances and gone from place to place. I Again, I know that we shouldn't be talking about Shardul Thakur, but I would like to see Shardul Thakur being a part of 16, at least the 16. He has the abilities, he has the potential, and he can throw his bat around as well.
mm-hmm.
But I guess we can securely say that yeah, we have our foot in the finals in London now with this performance.
We do. And one interesting thing before we leave, there's a road safety game going on when where all the legends are playing. So it's India versus Bangladesh playing today. So let's
I
see, let's watch that game and let's see how if Sachin. I'm just waiting for that cover drive from Sachin and that straight drive. If that happens, my day is done.
so before I even go there, I would like to another thing that happened with cricket South Africa was uh, captaincy. They changed the captaincy. Themba
Yeah.
Bauma would be leading the limited overs captaincy, and Dean Elgar takes over the test captaincy. Interesting changes, I would say. Themba Bauma, I didn't even think he had a consistent role to play. He wasn't really a all-out starter. I never thought he was, but maybe giving him more responsibility might see him taking his game to another level. Let's just wait and watch.
Watch.
But Dean Elgar definitely was, he was performing consistently. So that would again be an interesting change. I think Graham Smith and Mark Boucher definitely see something in him, and maybe Graham Smith sees himself in Dean Elgar. We don't really know, but it would be beneficial for cricket South Africa.
Let's hope they do well. And on that note,
So no, and the last thing that I would say is you had mentioned Shoaib Akhtar's YouTube channel yesterday. I went in and saw it, and he was criticizing the Pakistan League. If you roll back, and this is why I have never really rated Shoaib Akhtar as an expert. If you roll back his time, when Pakistan Cricket Board was given the stick in New Zealand, Shoaib Akhtar had said that Pakistan should threaten and boycott the whole series. But New Zealand had put that in plan. The protocols were in place because they knew how to create a secure bubble, and Pakistan was breaching it. Now, from the likes of it, now when you hear what was happening with Cricket Pakistan, there were some pictures of players and their wives and their brothers and their in-laws coming in and taking selfies with the player. So there was no biosecure bubble. They had not even secured the playing area or the hotel residential area of the players. Players were going out and getting haircuts. There were players walking in and people walking into their room. And now this has reached a bigger financial crisis for Pakistan board. And I don't really think Pakistan board has to be responsible for it. But what has happened now is because the PSL has been suspended, players have already got paid for the tournament. So the team owners are in a big hole because PCB couldn't have created that, they couldn't get this tournament through. It was now these players are demanding money back from the PCB. PCB is already liable for all the viewers and all the rights that they had sold for PSL for the rest of the season. So this is going to be a downward spiral that is going to pull down Pakistan cricket, and that happens especially when a team like Australia had finally decided to visit Pakistan sometime in the near future. England, and Australia. So this may not really be good for Pakistan cricket in the long term, but I think this has all happened because the owners of PSL and people who are managing PSL have not been able to carry out the protocols as they should have. But oh well, let's wait and watch what happens there. So I guess that's all that I have for today.
absolutely. So, hey guys, if you have come this far, please hit the like, please subscribe, please do whatever you can to spread the word out. That's us for this today. We'll be joining you guys tomorrow with day three of the test match. Day
Sounds good.
four of the test match, right? Day three.
Day 3 of the test match, and hopefully the last day of the test match as well. Keeping my fingers crossed. But that's all that we have for today. Talk to you guys soon. Stay healthy, stay safe wherever you are.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.